What I want to talk about on today's call is the state of marketing, the power of focus, Facebook advertising, the best 3 sales questions, video marketing, the importance of faces.
This call is being recorded.
All right, so last year, those of you that were here, we came up on stage, we started the conference, and we said, we're going to show you a path to go from Inman to Inc. We don't want you to be the best real estate agents. We want you to be the best business owners. And we shared principles from Silicon Valley companies that have guided our decisions over the years. And this year, what I'm excited to talk about is our own growth rules, because we did accomplish our goal thanks to your help. We're one of the fastest growing companies, not in real estate, in the United States. So thank you guys for that. Thank you. It all starts with passion. My passion outside of work is actually being a soccer dad. I don't talk about my personal life a lot with you guys. I'm very business focused, but my son was born 10 years ago and he was only 3 pounds. And so his progress over the last 10 years has really been a big part of what's inspired me to work so hard to try to provide for him. And there's good news and bad news for Lucas. Lucas is passionate about soccer. The good news for Lucas is that his mother is Brazilian. The bad news is that his father is me. My nickname in high school was Slow-Mo. I was the second best player on my basketball team, but I was the second best white guy, and there was only 2 white guys. So I was the worst player. So Lucas got my DNA, and unfortunately, he sucks at soccer. He has no reason to be playing soccer. But what happens is when you're a kid and you have passion, what passion does is it creates an unrealistic belief in what's possible. So my son wanted to try out for the Orlando City travel team. And as soon as he told me he wanted to try him out, I said, Lucas, have a seat. I said, Michael Jordan got cut too. I gave him the speech. I said, you need to be prepared to go to that tryout and come home and not make it, because that's how life works sometimes. But the kid goes, and he made the team. And then I said, Lucas, listen, hold on a second now, you're not going to play. And then he got in. And I said, Lucas, you're not going to score. And then he scored. There was actually a game recently. It was a big tournament. We had traveled to Tampa for it. And when I was on the basketball team, I didn't get into like the last 5 minutes or the last couple minutes if the game was secure. So, real secure. So, long story short, Lucas in the final of the tournament, it was a tight match and the coach is trying to win the match. And so Lucas was on the bench until about the 84th minute. And he got in the match in the last 5 minutes and he actually scored a goal. And it was so cool to watch, and you should just see his face light up when it happens. But I asked him on the way home, I said, Lucas, listen, man, I'm freaking proud of you, dude. I know when you were sitting on that bench the whole time, it was hard to stay positive. I know it was hard to stay focused. I've been in that situation. I'm like, what were you thinking when you were sitting there? What were you thinking leading up to getting in the match? He's like, Dad, I was thinking that these refs suck. So the thing about Lucas is Lucas loves the process. Lucas loves the practice. Lucas loves the factory. He loves the work. And what happens is when you come to a conference like Excellence, you learn a lot about what to do, and you learn about how to do it. But what I want you guys to start off and think about is, who are you doing it for? Why are you doing it? Because if you don't have that passion, none of the rest of the rules matter. So that's Lucas at 3 pounds, and that's Lucas as a soccer champion 10 years later. Growth rule number 2 is change. My favorite quote about change: if you don't like change, you're going to hate irrelevancy. Events like this can be a huge catalyst for change. You're going to have so many ideas that you want to go back and do. You need to embrace that. You need to be excited about change. And it's funny because a lot of people think that, change is harder as you get older. And I'm here to argue that millennials and moms have challenges with change. We got them both working for us. We even got a millennial mom. But ultimately, change can be hard. But when you look at Curaytor today, those of you that have been with us on the whole journey, nothing that we do today is what we did in the past. Literally, we used to have Unbounce. We used to have MailChimp. You guys don't even remember this. Better Voice, whatever it was. We have constantly changed the way we run our business. That's the only way to grow. So the people in this room that adapt to change the fastest are going to be the people that grow the fastest. One of the things that I love that we did this year with Excellence is this is the first Excellence only Curaytor clients. This is a customer service event. This is service. The book. Those things are expensive, you guys. Like, the JW Marriott ain't cheap. And we don't have anyone here to pitch to. We might get marketer upgrades, we might get referrals, but this is a customer service initiative because service is marketing. Think about the experience you have with Curaytor. How many of you guys have attended one of Jimmy's refreshes? That's not in the contract for us to do that. That's an additional service that we do for free. And I would argue that our coaching is better than the paid coaching in this industry. Hope they're not watching. How many of you guys have had a growth coaching call with Craig or Jenny or somebody from... Are they not amazing, you guys? Service. We pay those guys great. We double down on service, triple down on service. Curaytor 101, the way that you ramp up now, and the training portal that we've created. The reason we do this partly is because we want to be known as a service company, but the other part of it is that service creates sales. This year, 32% of the people that join Curaytor from a referral from you. And we paid you for it. We've paid out hundreds of thousands of dollars in referral fees already because we think your best customers come from the ones you already have. So what happens is you go to a conference like this and everybody learns about tech and marketing, but then I take Jessica, I take, anybody, Lisa, I tell you guys, what makes you so great? Our service. But then you don't spend as much time thinking about that. So you guys are going to love it. We're bringing Veronica and Lisa up here with Holly. We've got a whole session about service, past clients, sphere of influence. How can you sprinkle pixie dust on the process? You guys always ask how to get more listings. Do a better job with the ones you have now. Design. We have some very, very exciting announcements this week about design. We have doubled down and tripled down on design. I remember talking to Mike and Vlad, and now we have Vladimir too. And I said, guys, the world that we live in, you can look like a $100 million company before you become one. I need you guys to make us look amazing. Design matters. There was a big study done. When people cite distrust with a business online, they cite design 93% of the time. They cite content 7% of the time. So content is king, but if it doesn't look great, it doesn't matter. So you guys are going to be pumped. Mike, Vlad, the books, the logos. I just think our designers are amazing, and you guys are going to be absolutely blown away with your new design options, which we'll get into a little bit later in the conference. I asked my brother recently, I said, Steve, I've got this new podcast. It's on iTunes. It's on Stitcher. It's called Calls with Chris. Has anybody listened to it yet? If you guys aren't listening to it, please download it right now. iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube. But what I did is I'm recording the calls I do with my team, and I'm publishing for people to listen to them. If there's anybody's time I won't waste, it's my sales team, my marketing team, my leadership team. So Calls with Chris has been a big hit, but I went to my brother, I said, man, this podcast is so good, I want to double subscribers. How do we double our subscribers in iTunes? And the answers were Facebook. We're going to do a Facebook ad for mobile app installs that go right to iTunes. We're going to do a Facebook Live, and we're going to give people a prize if they subscribe while we're live on the air. Guys, Facebook is the internet. Facebook, we're going to go deeper on it, while other people go wider on fluff. We're going to go deeper on Facebook.
Hey, this is Chris. Thanks for listening to my call. If you enjoyed the call, please subscribe right now. Also, share the episode and use the hashtag #CallsWithChris. Every week, I choose a few people randomly to win a free signed copy of the conversion code, my USA Today best-selling book. You can also visit Curaytor.com. That's Curaytor.com curaytorexcellence.com to learn more about my company, which is the one I'm running during these calls. We help small businesses grow faster, and we've been featured recently by Inc., Forbes, Fortune, and Entrepreneur Magazine.